one of the results is I have ended up with quite a bad quiff. Okay, finally we're ready to go. Hey everyone, it's Sunday the, what do I say, it was 23rd April, something like that. I'm out, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's recently stopped raining, so I'm just coming out for a bit of a hike, trying to shake off a shitty cough and a temperature I've had all week, which feels very similar to the COVID I had 10 days before Christmas. But I'm starting to come out the other side of it. One of the results is I have ended up with quite a bad quiff, but I think I can sort that out, and you'll have to forgive me for that. But just a quick catch up to say things are starting to kind of hot up this week. I've just been doing some more sorting out, getting ready for the van. My laptop was falling apart, literally falling apart, and I replaced it this week, but replaced it with one that wasn't really suitable for what I do, and so I had to take that back and get another one. So I can highly recommend Mike's laptops in Exeter. They were brilliant. They've been so understanding and accepting of me being a bit of a broke. So if you need a refurbished laptop in Exeter, please go to Mike's laptops. Just look them up on the internet, they're great. But anyway, it took 3.5 days to sort of replace all the software on my laptop, the stuff for work and then stuff for video editing, and the music stuff is especially difficult because all the licenses or software licenses, they come from different companies, and they have all their own sort of types of software for sort of transferring licenses and stuff like that. It's a bit of a nightmare, but that's done and the laptop's running well, so that's another thing ticked off the list. I recently changed my phone, so I've just been trying to get everything, all my ducks in a row before I get the van and move into the van. I've got a load of work kicking off literally the week after I get the van, so I'll have, before I leave the house, I've got about 3.5 weeks worth of really busy work, so I'm going to be juggling that with trying to sort of move everything into storage and moving into the van and working out what's what. But it's very exciting. I stopped moving the money over to pay for the van this week. My old Skoda estate is being collected on Friday. It's been scrapped because the gearbox is knackered, and I've been nursing that for about a year. The bearing's been getting very noisy. I started off in third, now it's in pretty much every gear. So it's done well. It's done about 190,000, so I can accept that. Yeah, and then the week after that I'll be picking the van up on the Tuesday. My friend Ben is taking me out there, and then possibly going to meet up with some friends on Dartmoor to go for a run and then christen it, have some food in it. So yeah, lots to look forward to. This hill behind me, this is where I've done a lot of my hill reps in the past, going up here. It's really, really steep here. This is Pennsylvania. It's not actually marked as a right of way, I don't think, on the maps, but it goes really steep and then it eases off, but it goes for probably a good 2/3 of a mile, 3/4 of a mile, so it's great for doing hill reps, and it's a very beautiful place to come and do it, and the birds singing, the sun's out, things are on track, and once I get rid of this cough and this bug, whatever I've got, I will be very happy. So one of the reasons I've chosen to do this route today, as I convalesce from what I think is COVID again, is that this is the route that I was walking kind of every day or every other day after I'd ended up in A&E. I had a very serious talking to by a consultant there, telling me I had to stop running and sort of calm down, because they initially thought I had suspected heart attack and pulmonary embolism from from being at altitude. But I mean, the UTMB OCC only goes up to about 2,200 meters, and I've been doing stuff at altitude for 30 years, so I knew it wasn't really that. But anyway, so in a desperate bid to retain some sort of fitness, I used to do this walk. It has about 700 feet of ascent in there, and if you walk it briskly, you can get your heart rate up to sort of 110, 120 beats a minute, so it's quite cool. And you get some really nice views of the surrounding countryside around here. There's some very nice houses up here that I'll never afford,
especially when I keep buggering off in vans.
Right, it's now Tuesday the 25th of April. It's exactly a week now until I pick up the van. I feel quite a lot better. The last couple of days I've been feeling a bit more as though I've got energy, and it feels like I'm at that point where a little bit of exercise, gentle exercise, might kind of stimulate a bit of recovery. I don't have a huge amount to do for the next couple of days. I've got to juggle some money around today. I'm expecting a payment back, and I might pay the second instalment, the final instalment on the van today or tomorrow. It's a really sunny day, it's quite warm, so I'm gonna have a little ride down to the river and along the estuary a little bit. If I feel good, I might go as far as Topsham, or I could go a little bit further. There's a nice kind of sort of 25-30 mile round trip you can do to Exeter, but I'm not sure whether I'm up for that today, and I don't want to actually make things worse. I just want to kind of stimulate a bit of recovery, like I said. So anyway, I am gonna head out in the sunshine and just I might get a mile down the road and turn around and come back and feel shit, but hopefully I'll go out and, you know, after 15 minutes or so I'll start feeling a little bit better again. I have to be a little bit careful since the issue from the UTMB. You know, I had these breathing difficulties, and you know, we did find some stuff. I had CT scans on my heart and my lungs, and there are some very kind of minor issues which are just relate to my age, really, at 58. And they shouldn't really be causing any problems, so I'm hoping it is just some kind of bug that I've picked up and it'll clear, because the breathing difficulties and this cough developed, it was about 48 hours after doing some kilometre repeats along by the river. It was on the flat along this concrete path. It's the first time I tried doing that for a year, and I'm about a minute and a half a mile slower than I was last year, but I missed so much training over the winter. I was having the scans that I would expect quite a loss. There is a slight concern that you know, the breathing difficulty and this cough has developed as a reaction to sort of trying to push hard, because I was running at my threshold for, yeah, I did 5 1K intervals. But I have been doing a lot of hill stuff recently, and I've been out doing really long rides on the bike, you know, like 3.5 hour rides on the bike, and I've been pushing it pretty hard up some steep hills. So I'm hoping I just picked up a bug from somewhere, and you know, once it's cleared, I'll be good again. It is a slight concern, you know, obviously moving into the van in sort of 6 weeks time, 5 weeks time. You know, I'd always dreamed of doing that, coming off the back of UTMB and the fitness of, you know, the shape of my life, really. And that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. But I do feel quite strongly that all the training I did for the UTMB, I mean, it was about 5 years of pretty hard training in total, with the last 2 years being, you know, really intense 6 days a week training for UTMB. You know, I'm confident that's given me a lot of resilience. I suppose in the back of my mind it's about just heard in the last few days that one of my old mountain biking and rock climbing friends from Bristol, he passed away last week at the age of, I think he was 62 or 63. He was out mountain biking, and he had a heart attack, and apparently I think there was a little bit of a history of heart issue with him. You know, it just sort of makes me feel a little bit more wary. Up until the UTMB, I had no qualms at all about doing any kind of exercise other than, you know, trying to reduce injury risk, and I've just felt indestructible. And I think just since what happened over this winter, it's just made me a little bit more aware of my yeah, of my longevity and how robust I really am. It feels like a tricky balance, because it feels as though the less training I do, you know, the more likely I am to put on a bit of weight and get unfit over a long period of time. So I'm trying to get that balance right of staying fit and robust without overtraining and without becoming more susceptible to, you know, picking up flu bugs and stuff. I didn't feel like I had overdone things, but maybe I did push a little bit too hard and sort of cause some kind of vulnerability in my immune system, but we'll see. Anyway, I am gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna get out on my bike in the sunshine after making a flask of tea. And I'm going to take you with me with a small tripod and just experiment, you know, getting some footage, because I know so far I'm talking about all this exciting adventure and all I've done is stood in front of the camera and talk, and you might be thinking, well, let's see some action then. Okay, finally we're ready to go. It's quite interesting because I'm getting some strange sort of feelings as to why I'm leaving Exeter. There's a lot of great stuff here, and it kind of reminds me of when I first moved here. You know, I'm down by the quay here, and you've got loads of really great little cafes. There's a brilliant pub called Option Brewery that has live music in it. There's Lucy's Cafe, which is just behind me. But yeah, the Dragon Boat Racing Club is based just up here with some of the other rowing clubs. We've got AS Watersports, really amazing sort of kayak, general water sports shop. And then the Key Climbing Wall. So there's lots of great stuff here. But it is time for me to move on. I guess I'm just reminiscing. This area here also is where they used to hold the Deepwater Solo Festival, which used to be amazing. I think health and safety concerns go up with that. The water gets quite murky, but it was great fun. But anyway, yeah, it is time to move on. There's going to be loads of exciting stuff in the pipeline. Just got to be confident that it will all work out really well. And this is our lovely cathedral. Well, that went pretty well. I did just under 9 miles. It's a lovely day out there. It's really sunny. Bumped into a couple of friends. I promise you there will be some kind of more adventurous stuff at some point when I feel a bit better. So bear with me. I know the footage so far has been quite lame, quite tame. But yeah, I'm just getting the fundamentals right, and then I can pick it up. All right. I hope you're all good. Hope you get something out of this footage. See you in the next one. Cheers.